Hey there, Ultimate Yoshi here, and welcome to a post-commentated episode of Kirby's Dream Land 3 Let's Play. That was backwards. Why is this post-commentated? Because, my god, this boss Butch is really difficult, and it was very hard to not rage, which basically ruined all the commentary. So, solution? Re-record the commentary, basically. Also, this is my, spoilers, this is my victorious run, because, I mean, I'm not kidding here, I spent 3 hours straight doing this, trying to beat this boss rush. It was not pleasant. Part of the problem is that it doesn't give you any abilities whatsoever. I tried eating everything. Those stones that Acro, the orca whale, not a shark at all, those stone rocks that he's throwing, yeah, they don't give you the stone ability. I tried. It's kind of stupid if you ask me. This is a one Kirby boss rush that doesn't give you any abilities whatsoever. Although Kirby 64 might be the same way. I don't know. I've never done that boss rush. Either way, this is the first time we've fought Acro without an ability. So it basically functions similar to how Sweet Stuff worked in Kirby's Dream Land 2. You have to spit stuff back at him, which, honestly, I find that kind of dumb, but whatever. I really kind of wish that they hadn't brought that back, because that was what made Sweet Stuff one of the worst bosses to fight in the Kirby Dream Land 2 boss rush. And Acro was no exception to this. But he was not my real troublemaker. My real troublemaker is coming up. I eventually sort of got the... Part of the problem is that sometimes the things that you spit out just don't seem to go where you want them to. They just tend to go at an angle all the time. I always found it easiest to hit them during that phase when the rocks are dropping. Here we go. Here's the troublemakers. Pon and Con, surprisingly, are probably one of the most... They're the boss that gave me the most trouble. The unpredictable nature of this boss fight, as well as those stupid bombs, kept making me lose so much health, it's ridiculous. I had to switch over to using the old Wiimote rather than the classic controller, because I was just having so much problems with the classic controller, for whatever reason. And the Wiimote... Why did I... That was probably a button problem, because I had a lot of button problems in this boss rush only. This boss fight specifically only. I had a lot of problems where I tried to do something and it just didn't work fast enough, and I usually got hit a lot as a result of that. I don't know, there's just something about the... That was another problem that I kept having. I kept having them jump over my shots, because I was used to Lolo and La La La, for whatever reason, because when in their battleground, the holes that Kirby can fall through and can't stand on, there are technically walkways there in the background that Lolo and La 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 go on. Pon and Con don't have those walkways, so I was just kind of expecting them to take the Lolo and La La route and just kind of walk over something you can't walk on. But Pon and Con didn't do that, and so that kind of screwed me up a lot and made me miss a lot of shots. Another part of the thing that kept causing me issue was the fact that the bomb explosion lasts a while. So, like, and you can't eat it. The only way to get rid of it is to spit stuff out of it. This is just kind of a tedious battle too, because there were a lot of times in failed runs of this where I just kept not getting either Pon or Con to show up. I just kept getting the mini ones. There was a lot of times when, like, everything was just so repetitive and nothing different was happening. It was kept constantly doing moves that I couldn't attack them during. It felt like Kirby Triple Deluxe's 2 Arena. Yeah. But luckily, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he's gone. Now the next tedious boss, it's Addo! Addo is only tedious because the bosses... Each of them has a lot of moves. Well, actually, I think the most any of them have is 3. Sweet Stuff and Kracko each have 3 moves. But so many of them just don't do anything that can, you can attack with. I should not have gotten hit by Ice Dragon there. That was just stupid. But as you can see, I spent a lot of time with this, so I learned the strategies for every single boss. It was very, very time consuming. Sweet stuff here, I learned that he actually has a visual signal that tells you whether he's going to do the Sparky Shock or the Tin Cell. The Sparky Shock actually is like a big Sparky Shock spiky thing around his antenna, laser thing, whatever. But when it's all a circle, it's a Tin Cell, so that's helpful, you know? So next up is Mr. Bright and Mr. Shine, and these two gave me a lot of trouble until I realized one thing that made this go by very fast. If you jumped and inhaled the shot, it made it so that Mr. Bright up there shoots 3 things before Mr. Shine can even do anything to you. So it just makes it go by very quickly. It only happens if you jump up and inhale them as they're dropping, though. Otherwise, if you did what I did, but without inhaling them, Mr. Shine would corner you and hit you, presumably a lot. But yeah, if you do it fast enough, they're rather easy. Kracko, on the other hand, is also really easy, but there were times when he would just do nothing that I could hurt him with. I think this run was one of his more cooperative runs, but there were times when he just kept going left and right across the screen doing zappy zaps, and all I need to do was just stand there, and I was just waiting for something to happen that I could hit him with, and nothing was happening. Which was really my biggest issue with this boss rush. There was so much time when you just did nothing. In this run, he doesn't seem to be as fond of doing that move. Here, this is the move I was talking about. He just kept doing that. All you need to do is to dodge that is just to stay on the far left or far right. Yeah, he really didn't do that this time, and for that, I was thankful. It's also kind of annoying that you need to wait for him to get a little bit lower more on your level, because you can't hit him otherwise. And you can barely hit him otherwise. You can barely hit him in the first place. But either way, since he went that way, I'm able to grab 2 Krackos instead of just 1, and so, he's dead. Huzzah. And, fun fact about that thing with Addo, if she crashes into you, like, she does do damage to you, but she also kills herself. I never realized until this Let's Play that you could slide and not take any damage from her. I always thought you had to take damage from her there in my first playthrough of this game. It was kind of silly. Either way, here's D2D. For my strategy with D2D, I learned, especially in the second form, it is definitely best to not try and go for hits. It's best to just wait it out and be safe, because another part of my problem was that in this fight specifically, I was always being very risky and just trying to get it over with and done. In this run, I specifically tried to just, like, wait it out, accept that it was going to be a tedious battle. Because he only has 2 moves in this Dark Matter possessed form. He only has the Chompy Chomp and the 3 projectiles. When it comes to projectiles, I always just made sure the other ones could not hit me, and I always used the last one as a projectile to hit him. With the Chompy Chomp, boring, you just kind of float around and try and avoid it. There was one time when it actually hit me, and it kind of just did the really weird, like, instantly go up type thing. I've never seen that before. It was the only time it actually hit me. Unless I'm just lying. But yeah, as you can see, this fight does take a while, simply because I just didn't want... Yeah, that's it. That was what he did. That was the second time he did that, so I was able to avoid it that time. But in a footage that I'm not going to show, that was actually kind of risky, but it did pay off. I think I miss here, though, so it kind of evened out. No, I didn't miss. I think I missed at some point. The easiest way to avoid the Chompy Chomp is just to get behind him. You can't turn around during it. Yeah, there's my miss. Knowledge of stuff that I did! I have in my memory! That surprises even me, you know? I tend to forget a lot. But I also tend to remember the most arbitrary things, so in a way it kind of evens out. One thing I really like, I haven't mentioned yet, is that in the boss Butch, all of the fight backgrounds are totally different. I really like this confetti, like, party theme that D2D's Castle's got going on here. It's really interesting. The confetti's not even really that distracting. But I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. It's neat. It's a neat visual touch that I like. And I've kind of run out of things to say because this is a tedious boss fight. As you can see, he likes doing the chompy chomp a lot. I like how I'm calling it the chompy chomp, but that's what I called it when I was trying to do commentary for this. And he's dead. Deadification 8. Alright, and now time for Hyperzone. And as you can see, it takes on the coloration that I used for the background side artwork, whatever. Although, you might notice that it's red and blue on the left, and yellow and green on the right. Why is this? Well, because this is the version in Dream Collection, which I'm playing right now, is the same version as what we got on the Wii's Virtual Console for Kirby's Dream Land 3. On the Super Nintendo version of Kirby's Dream Land 3, the Boss Butch Hyperzone background was yellow with the blue and red circle things. But I guess just in case of seizures? I don't know. Something caused Nintendo to change it to this more like... Admittedly, it does work a little better, but the yellow and green... It's both partially better, in my opinion, and a little bit uglier. I like the original a little bit better, in a way, and I also like this coloration better, because it's hard to explain, but while the yellow and green does fit the yellow in the background more, I kind of liked how mismatched the original was with the red and blue. Oh well. Pokemon Yellow and Green. Those are actual games. I don't know what I was going with that. Anyway, Dark Matter here. He's dead. I didn't even discuss Dark Matter at all. That was my best run of Dark Matter, though. Zero, you take up so much of the screen. You're giant. And you have this weird bluish hue to you. I think that's just my capture. Now, Zero here. This was the first time I ever actually got up to Zero in the Boss Butch. And in my first playthrough, I had to use Gooey to beat this guy. But Gooey's not in the Boss Butch. Very good, he hit me with a tackle, but I've still got 5 hits left. I've half my health, and he's already down 3 bars of, well, 2 and 2/3. I don't know what to call that. I still really like Zero's music. It's really, it has a really creepy and hectic atmosphere, especially for a game like Kirby's Dream Land 3. There, Dark Matter hit me. That sucked. Basically it's just the final boss now. I'm fighting him over again. How nice. Oh god, no, this is not a... Sony Vegas, stop lagging the capture. I'm trying to commentate over this, and you're not doing it a good job. That was English! And he's shooting blood at me, oh no! You have no idea how worried I was about this when I was doing this, because this was the first time I really did ever get this far, and I was so hopeful I wouldn't mess it up. But he kept tackling me and hitting me, and that kind of sucked. I already lost... I already got hit 4 times on this guy. But he's almost dead now. But, so am I. So, I was really worried. All I need to do is dodge that Dark Matters. And I did somehow. And there we go. Zero eye time. And, well... It's about to transition into my live reaction to beating this, since, you know, I already said this is my victorious run. So, post-commentary ulti is about to sign out for now. Live commentary ulti is about to cheer. Yes! 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 Victory at last! Victory at last! Yes! Oh my god! I beat it! I freaking beat it! I skipped the credits on accident! I don't care! No, I don't want to do it again! Kill me! I beat it, though! I beat it! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? 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 What's the last... What? 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 What didn't I do? What didn't I do? BRB? So, back to post-commentary, and in case you were, can't figure it out from the footage here, I determined, thanks to looking it up, because I was very confused, that the last 1% you need to do by doing the jumping minigame that I unlocked in the last episode, but was horrendous at. This took me another hour and a half to beat. It does go on forever like I predicted, but in order to get the last 1%, you actually need to get 10 consecutive jumps. And my god, I was terrible at it. It took me ages. So I decided to speed up my colossal failure exponentially and play a little music. This is from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, in case you don't know. It's a remix of the last stage of Iceberg. Well, kind of remix. It remixes the little background bass melody thing. But yeah, part of my problem with this is just, even though this was constantly a thing that happened in the game, for whatever reason, I could not grasp the timing of it at all. Each frame of Kirby corresponds to... Each frame of Kirby in that little, like, wind-up animation corresponds to a different position on the... whatchamacallit, the jumping area. Yes. The square, because, like, you can see it's divided into, like, 9 different squares. So, each frame of Kirby corresponds to one of those squares. But for whatever reason, I could never figure out properly which one was which. Like, I had a general idea, but heck, half the time I felt it was inconsistent with what frame I did and what the result was. It was horrible. I was horrible at this. But somehow, some way, some shape or form, I eventually did manage to get, well, all 10. It was I was awful at it, but, yeah, well. You win some, you lose some, I guess. But I won this one, as we will now see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, here's my final run. So, I think in this run I was just trying to figure out more of the earlier frames. That was a bit dangerous, I almost hit a tick. I don't have much else to say. I mean, it's jumping, I'm trying to do it, and is it going well? I suppose it's going well. I mean, this is my victorious run, so I mean, yes, it's going to go well, I know that. I know that now. It goes well. Yes. I don't have anything else to say now. Somehow I managed to make that, and that I was happy about. I was glad it was those ones kept appearing at the end, because I was much better with the end ones than the earlier ones. But somehow, some way I managed to get that one, and I was happy about that. But then I died right there. But to my ever-loving relief, that was enough. I seriously thought I didn't get enough, but I did, and I was so happy. And with that, 100%, I can officially now add Kirby's Dream Land 3 to my resume of 100%ed Kirby games. Huzzah! Now that just leaves Mass Attack, Canvas Curse, Kirby 64, and Triple Deluxe. Yay! So with that, we have unlocked all the cutscenes in the game. For whatever reason, that includes the opening cinematic and the level intros. I mean, I guess, yeah, they're cutscenes, but I mean, all you need to do is see these is just, like, play the game or let the title screen run on for a little bit. So I don't really get why they're here, but I mean, I suppose it's more like a, I don't know. You know, it's Hyper Zone. But in addition to that, you can also see all 3 different credits. So here's the bad ending credits that looks like Green's crayon-y. There's the good ending credits where you beat Zero and use the Heart Star to do stuff. And there's also the boss Butch credits, which I previously skipped over, but will now show. So, as we sit back and watch the true final ending credits to Kirby's Dream Land 3, I'll talk about what I thought of the Let's Play. And it was good. I don't know if it's my best work, but it's definitely one of my best Kirby plays-throughs. Because, I mean, it has Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby Nightmare in Dream Land, and Kirby Superstar Blast Ultra to stand up to. And I mean, those Let's Plays don't really put up much of a fight. They're some of my weaker works. Especially the first 2. Kirby's Dream Land 2, I don't know if this one is better or worse, honestly. They're kind of even to me, in my opinion. I really liked both of them. The artwork for this game, I really liked, though. I put my all into the artwork for this game, and I also tried to make it a lot more stylized, and I really like how it all came out. It really looked good, in my opinion. Because the artwork was something that I never really liked that much in my earliest Kirby Let's Plays, and Superstar Blast Ultra was decent. It was better than the other ones, but still, like, I revamped some of my artwork from that Let's Play for this Let's Play, and my god, the improvements I was able to make were just outstanding. I really love what I was able to do with the character artwork in this game, and the background artwork especially. My god, did you see some of that stuff? Well, I mean, obviously you saw some of it. All of it, probably. Hopefully. Unless you're blind. If you're blind, why are you watching this? Well, you can't watch this if you're blind. So, why are you listening to this if you're blind? I have a vendetta against blind people. How dare you be blind? And watch my video. And not watch my... I don't even know. I don't hate the blind. I'm just putting that out there. So, I mean, yeah. Let's Play was pretty good. I mean, it's not my best work. I can't really say anything was, like, super duper, like, oh my god, I'm gonna remember that moment for ages now, type anything. But, I mean, it was still good. I mean, I had lively commentary. In the beginning, it was kind of because, like, I was so inexperienced with the game that I just failed so much. But, I mean, it went well. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I like this game. It's not one of my favorite Kirby games, but it's still a good Kirby game. It's still a good game in general. Some of the mini-games feel a little bit unpolished, specifically some of the problems in Boss Butch, but for the most part, it's still highly enjoyable. I love the stylized nature, I love the music, I love the... It's fun. I like these more slower feel Kirby games. Kirby Superstar just feels way too fast-paced for my liking. This one's nice. A good way to round out the Kirby's Dream Land trilogy, in my opinion. But it's not the end of this particular trilogy. It's not the end of the Dark Matter trilogy. That one will come next. Not next Let's Play, but my next Kirby game. For yes, I will be continuing on. To all the stars and planets in the galaxy. So yeah, that's it. That's Kirby's Dream Land 3. I liked it, and hopefully you guys did too. As for my next Let's Play, I think I figured out what I'm doing, and man is it kind of random. But, either way, 100%, beat the game, we're ding-dong done. So, I have been Ultimate Yoshi. This has been Kirby's Dream Land 3. I'll see you guys for my next Let's Play. I've been Ultimate Yoshi, and I am signing out.